Hey guys, Mike here from Old Man Things. And this is another episode of From the Churchillian Study. I'm smoking a GBD second Canadian. So, the item I picked today, which if you saw at the beginning, you know, is an early autobiography written by Winston Churchill called My Early Life. And first of all, let me show you this book. This book is, I think it's just beautiful. It's leather bound, it's gold gilded, and this one was from a collection. It was this is actually printed in the first edition. But it was called this, I can't say the word, centenary, I don't know. It's the 100-year anniversary of when Winston Churchill was born. So it was printed in 1974. So you have that nice silk. And let me show you the photo. It's neat. Each of them has that. I have a few of these. And it's called My Early Life, a Roving Commission. And he dedicated it when he wrote it to the next generation. And this book, in my opinion, is just fantastic because it kind of, by reading this, it kind of sums up the Winston Churchill that basically was the only one willing to stand up to Hitler before America got involved in the war. And it just shows you his character. Because Winston Churchill, he was born in 1874. He was a Victorian. He was an aristocrat. So he was part of the British Empire that the sun never set. He was born in Blenheim Palace, and his grandfather was the seventh Duke of Marlborough. His father was a lord. He was the younger son of the Duke. And he just got a damn spider or something. It's all unedited. And aristocrats were brought up back in the Victorian era to not care about what other people thought of them. And that was basically why Winston Churchill was the way he was. He just didn't care. And he thought so much of his ancestors. The first Duke of Marlborough, John Churchill, who basically saved England. And that, in fact, he later wrote a 4-part, which they've now, newer ones, they're 2 parts, but a 4-part biography of the first Duke of Marlborough. But that's what made, in my opinion, what made Winston Churchill the way Winston Churchill was, because he just didn't care about what other people thought. He was more concerned about what his ancestors would think of him. And he had a strong destiny. He had a strong inner destiny that he knew England would, that he was going to save England, London one day. He knew that from an early age, which is kind of funny because he ended up doing that. His father died at 45, age 45. And he honestly felt he was going to die early as well. So he wanted to accomplish as much as he possibly could before he turned 45. His father was in the House of Commons. He was a minister in the House of Commons, and he wanted to do that. But he felt he needed to, so he went into the army. He was in the cavalry. And during this time, he had gone all over the world. But he had seen so many British soldiers die for the British Empire. And he always felt to himself, he had seen horrible things, but he always felt to himself that, and in fact he wrote that in My Early Life, that they shouldn't have died in vain. So that's why he stood so strongly for the British Empire. And people nowadays, the big thing is, oh, he was racist. He was racist. He wasn't bloody racist. In fact, if you read My African Journey that he wrote, which I'll be doing in one of my coming episodes, you can clearly see he wasn't one bit racist. He just fought for the British Empire. So, the book is great in my opinion because, as I said, it formed the Winston Churchill that we all know that stood up to Hitler. And the reason he stood up to Hitler was because of his strong pride for the British Empire, strong pride for England, and his destiny that he was going to save England. And he didn't care what other people thought of him. He was more concerned of what his ancestors would think of him. He was more concerned about what his dead father would think of him. And I mean, the guy was part of the last mounted cavalry attack the British Army ever did. He was captured. He was in the Boer Wars in Africa, and he was captured, taken prisoner. He escaped, went over 1,000 miles to reach his freedom, where they had a price on his head, dead or alive. He just, if you only read one book, I think this is the one to read, because I mean, people often say, well, why is Winston Churchill your hero? And I just think, because of everything this guy did. I mean, he's credited for starting, it was his idea to start the RAF, the Royal Air Force. He started the Secret Service, the British Secret Service, so we wouldn't have James Bond if it wasn't for Winston Churchill. He's even credited for helping coming up with the idea of the tank. So, I really, this one's a bit longer of a video, but again, the book is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's well made. There isn't any photos, but there are some maps in it. But the book, because of the book, they made a movie, and the movie was called young Winston. And the movie is based on this book. And I'm going to leave you at the trailer of young Winston. And I shall say cheers. Thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, the order of the day. KBO. Keep buggering on.
Mr. Churchill, there is gossip that you are detested in the army, where it is said that you are known as a medal hunter, a publicity seeker, and a social climber. Pushing, aggressive, and scheming.
I thought I had served my country faithfully, at some danger to myself.
Yes.
Winston, would you like to go into the army? Now, you see, the army's all that's left. I think it's an inspiration.
The army?
Someone wants to get noticed, I should imagine.
He'll be noticed. Get his head blown off.
What do you have to offer other than your ego and your ambition?
I'm Winston bloody Churchill, and I'm free!
They were no match for a modern army.
Now, you're the one who wants to see a show, aren't you?
Bloody hell.
Winston, don't you ever relax?
Oh, God.
Lieutenant Churchill, sir.